power supply for the other Yaesu, I kind of make up for it with having a 5/8 wave vertical that has a pretty good bandwidth and SWR, so it kind of makes up for that. I also have yet to test the Yagi on the Nano VNA. My dad has got one of those, so I will have to see what how well I built it. But yeah, I'll get off here so the net can go. This is KE8YPY 73. I'll catch you again. And down the log, probably. 73.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
Well, good evening, Sarah and friends. And surprise, surprise, surprise. This is KI5OZZ with your pre-net control. Good evening, everyone. Let's see who we can round up and set up for the show. Come on in, I'm listening.
5 Sierra Golf Juliet, Dawn in Waco, Texas. EPC, Echo 8 Zulu Romeo Yankee, Jeremy in Ashland. I'm going to be in and out tonight, 73s everybody. Hope everybody stays warm.
Real quick, Jeremy, I got your suffix, ZRY. Come back at me with your prefix. And sorry you won't be joining us. Come on in. Come on.
No worries there, Nancy. It's Kilo Echo 8. Kilo Echo 8 Zulu Romeo Yankee. Have a great evening.
Right back at you, Jeremy. Thanks for your in and out. Anyone else care to join the fray this evening?
Kilo Echo 8 Quebec Foxtrot Tango. K8 QFT Fred in Medina, Ohio.
I don't know if you got me the first time, Nancy. November 5 Sierra Golf Juliet.
Down in Waco. I got KE8ZRY with his in and out, and thank you for that. I've got Uncle Fred, KE8QFT, and KE8CHB Craig out in Shreve. Let's pick up Don real quick. Good evening. Welcome to the show. And are you sticking around for the main show?
Yeah, I think I'm in early enough where I can answer a couple trivia questions. But don't throw me off with the Cornwaldo beam.
W8WK.
Well, you know, I have no control over that. The dynamic duo of they kind of, you know, do their own thing. And there's nothing we can do to contain them. And you know what? I guess that's okay, right?
We'll have to ask the Cornwaldo beam.
Roger that. We'll hope to hear from you at the main show then. Let's see. Uncle Fred, KE8QFT, good evening. How are you this evening, and are you sticking around for the main show?
Yes, I shall be here. That's it for now. Back to you, Nancy.
Fine business there, Fred, and we'll look forward to hearing what you got to say later on for the show. Craig, KE8CHB, I caught you in there, and I actually remembered your full call. How about that? You stick around for the main show? Good evening.
Good evening, Nancy, and thank you for running the pre-net. I appreciate it. I don't know if I heard right, but it's Kilo Foxtrot, not Kilo Echo. But anyway, other than that, it was all right. And you got a lot of business to take care of, so I'm going to back out. Going to try and stay here for the big show. But sometimes the eyelids win out. But I do love the trivia. So with that, back to you, and thank you again, Nancy, for doing all you do. KF8 CHB, back to net.
Roger that, and sorry I fouled up the front end there on you, but you know, they call it amateur radio for a reason, right? Hi. Let's see, who else we got in here? W3ETV, we got in here. I don't know if he's here right now or not. K5CFY, KA0KDW, Brad, and Chuck, WB4AIZ. I don't know if Chuck is going to be sticking around for the show or not, but let's call up Eddie real quick. W3ETV, you with us?
Hi, Nancy. I'm here. Just went downstairs for a minute or two to set up my coffee. Hope I'm not coming across too loud here. Somebody last time I used my phone, they told me to back off the mic. Well, I'm probably about maybe 18, 19 inches away from the microphone, actually from the phone. So hopefully I'm not coming in too loud. But I kind of talk loud anyway because you got to talk loud in my house. The wife is a little hard of hearing, and she turns the TV up so loud that and tries to talk to me in the other room when I'm in another room, and I'm hard to hear in anyway. So back to you, Nancy. I'll be here and I'll be sticking around.
Fine business, Eddie. Good to hear from you, and we'll be chatting with you later. Let's see, Ray, are you with us? K5CFY.
KI5OZZ. This is K5CFY. I am here, and I'll be sticking around. Thanks for doing the pre-net, Miss Nancy.
Fine business there, Ray, and great to hear you on the radio, and we'll catch you later on down the line here. Let's see. Brad, KA0KDW, were you with us? Good evening.
KI5OZZ, KA0KDW. I'll be sticking around for the trivia as well. Hope everyone is doing well.
Fine business, fine business. All right, Brad, we got you on there, and Chuck, you're in the role too, because I was yammering with you earlier, and I kind of didn't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet. Hi, WB4AIZ, you sticking around? Well, I don't know if that was Chuck or not, but hopefully he'll tune in for the big show. All right, let's get down to business and get back up to the top of the page here and do the Mickey Mouse roll call, as I was remiss in doing. KD8 EPC, good evening. You with us?
KI5OZZ and the net, this is KD8 EPC. Well, good evening, Miss Nancy, and thank you so much for making a guest appearance tonight there. Appreciate you doing the pre-show. I figured people didn't want to hear me talk for an hour and a half and log and do the pre-show, so there you go. We appreciate you doing it. We're here, and we're going to be ready. So with that, this is KD8 EPC, back to pre-net control.
Fine business as always, Dustin, and thank you for chiming in there. Let's see who's next on the Mickey Mouse roll call. It's indeed Mr. Coldfoot himself. Just Nick, KD8SLG. Hey, better bass backwards than not at all, right?
KI5OZZ, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Nancy, and thanks for picking up here. Not something I'm capable of doing right now. I thought I completely missed the Mickey Mouse roll call because nature called, and on these things, on the
my node decided it had to put its nose where I'm supposed to be. D7 call, Delta 7 call, I'll pick you up in just a minute. We're getting through our roll call here, so here in a few minutes I'll get your the rest of your call sign. Nick at Night, KE8QKO. Good evening.
KE8QKO, good evening, Nancy. Good evening, everyone on the net. Glad to hear Nick is able to stick around and stay somewhat awake tonight. Good to hear him out there. I'll be listening as well. And thanks for checking that pre-show for everybody. With that, I'll pass it back to you, KE8QKO.
Fine business, Nick. Good to hear you in there. We'll clear with KE8QKO, and let's see what Eric's up to. I know he's in the blue room. Let's see if he can give us a shout. KE8VZA.
KI5OZZ, KE8VZA here. It's very blue in here. Very, very blue. Anyway, I'm here. You're sounding good. Thanks for taking the pre-show tonight. And it's good to hear you. And what else? Oh, I'll be sticking around. So I'll turn it back to you, KE8VZA.
Right on, Eric. And if you're there, I must be there. Anyway, let's get down the list here. Josh, W8HRF. Good evening.
KI5OZZ, W8HR. Thanks for doing the pre-show, Miss Nancy. Good to hear you out there. You sound like you, and hopefully I sound like me. You'll let me know how my signal sounds, I guess. We'll be ready with main trivia in a little bit here, and I'll throw it back to you. KI5OZZ, W8HRF.
Roger that, Josh. And you know what? If you start sounding like me and I start sounding like you, we're in a heap big a mess. And Miss Lucy might have something to say about that. With that, what do you say, Miss Lucy? KE8YUK?
W8WKY.
Well, we just had a musical chairs over here where I forgot Andy talkie, and I turned it on, but it was still booting up, and I panicked, and I came over here, and Josh left his seat to go turn it off so that I didn't double transmit. So I don't know what I said to what he said, because I haven't been paying attention at all. But I'm here, and I have alt trivia, so that's good. Back to you, Miss Nancy.
Roger, Roger. In the spirit of amateur radio, indeed. Thank you for being our representative this evening. And let's see. We'll clear with K8YUK and see if Alan is with us. KI5DAY. Yeah, I kind of figured he's at the salt mine, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll forgive him just this once, as long as Larry makes sure to pipe in later. Anywho, so that's our Mickey Mouse roll call for the moment. There was a Delta 7 call that tried to call in a little bit ago. Please come back with your full call.
From 7, Echo Park. Yes, my friend.
Was that Delta 7 Echo Fox, or did I get the entire call? It did sound like it broke up there a minute.
No, it's Delta Uniform 7, Echo Foxtrot X-ray. Delta United 7, or DU7, Echo Foxtrot X-ray. All the way down Philippines. Go ahead, my friend. Good day.
Oh, fine business there. Delta Uniform 7, Echo Fox X-ray. Good to hear you from the Philippines. That's a heck of a jump. And thank you for joining us this evening. This is the pre-net show for the Beacon Net. And we're just kind of playing around and doing amateur radio things. How's it going in the Philippines? And are you going to stick around for the rest of the show that starts at the top of the hour?
friend, just test my system right now. Just a little bit of audio check, more audio check with my peanut apps newly installed here in my laptop. So just want to dry run for my audio test.
For the BeaconNet, starts at 9 o'clock on Wednesdays and Sundays at local time. 10 o'clock. That would be Eastern time, 10 o'clock. My local is Tulsa time on the Central time zone. So with that, we'll go ahead and clear with you and see who else is out there for the BeaconNet pre-show. Come on in. I'm listening.
Living on toast, yeah.
Good evening, KC8 FQV, North Pole Mark, KCFQV. We're coming out of it.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, WA8KOC, Fred in Akron.
Uniform 3, X-Ray Charlie Delta. The name here is Dennis, and also from the Philippines.
This is November 8, Papa, Dave from Greenwood. I'll be in and out.
This is Kilo Juliet 5, Foxtrot Lima Lima. I'll be in and out.
DU7, Echo Foxtrot X-Ray. DU7, Echo Foxtrot, Division from Philippines.
November 5, Golf Lima Oscar. November 5, Golf Lima Oscar, N5GLO. Oakhurst, Texas, Bill in Oakhurst, Texas. I won't be staying for the long run.
Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec November Delta, KC3, QND, Genie, North Ridgeville.
Now, let me pick it up right there and let me read off who I do have. There was somebody that came in right before Mark. I want to say that was KJ5HYS. Was that you, Ernesto?
I'm not sure if that was me, Miss Nancy. I logged in. I think that's how I showed up. Over.
Alrighty, well, I got you in the log, or actually, Dustin does. I got KC8FQV Mark. I got WA8KOC. I got Dennis down in the Philippines, DU3XCD. And then there was a N8, was that Triple P? David?
That's correct, Triple P.
Fine business. I got KJ5FLL Brad out of Texas. Thank you for your in and out. Much appreciate that. You make sure and have a great evening. DU7EFX, we got you in again. Good to hear you in there. Bill N5GLO, got you in there. And Miss Jeannie, KC3QND. Bill, appreciate your in and out. Have a good evening, and thanks for tagging us on the evening. Let's head on up to Ernesto and see if are you going to be sticking around for the show later on?
Roger, Miss Nancy. I'll be around here to listen to what's going on. Try to chime in the conversation.
Fine business, fine business. We got Josh and Lucy doing the 1-2 punch on the primary and alternate trivia this evening. Let's see, Mark, KC8FQV, good evening. You stick around for the big show?
Oh, KCFQV. Yeah, I'm going to stay around for the show. You know, yeah, I had a show all day long. Went to the stores, went to the doctor, and he said everything looks good. Just the cholesterol we want to work with. He said we'll work with that the next time. But he just told me what to do a little bit, so we'll try to do some of that. I don't think I'd eat too much red meat. I mean, I eat some, but not like, you know, every day. You know, hamburgers and that. I don't, you know, really eat. You know, we try to eat chicken and fish and that. You know, ham. You know, but everything else is going good. Yeah, it started at 13 degrees today. When I came home this afternoon, evening, it's up to 10. So we'll send it back to net control. Okay, self-QA. Yep, did a lot of nets today.
Roger that, Mark. Good to hear you in there, and we'll hear what you got to say later. Fred, WAAKOC. Good evening, my friend. How's that for the trifecta today, huh?
I think it's pretty cool, Ms. Nancy. KI5OZZ, WA8KOC. I hope you're having a good evening, and sounds like you're doing a bang-up job as always. Lots of people in here. I know you're busy. I'm not going to hold you very long, but good talking to you 3 in a row today. And whatever you do, stay warm, take good care of yourself. I'll look forward to talking to you on down to coax somewhere, as Dustin would say. 7-3 to you and everyone else. KI5OZZ, WA8KOC.
Fine business, Fred. As always, great to hear from you. Let's see who else we got in here. Dennis, that is DU7XCE. Welcome to the BeaconNet pre-show. The BeaconNet starts at the top of the hour, and will you be sticking around to chime in and see what the trivia is? Welcome.
Yeah, good evening. I believe your name is Nancy. Yeah, I think I'll just be listening tonight. And, you know, it's my first time to join your net. So, yeah, I will just be listening. I'll stick here, but just be listening. Anyway, thank you very much for picking up my call, and my best of 73. Delta Uniform 3, X-Ray Charlie Delta, back to net.
I thought I wrote that right the first time. DU3XCD. Well, Dennis, you're welcome to stick around and listen to the rest of the net. It's fantastic to have you here from the Philippines. And this net is on Wednesdays and Sundays at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're browsing around this time of the evening on a Wednesday or Sunday, feel free to hop on in and give us a jingle. Good to hear from you. And make sure and tell your friend also, the EFX, we didn't get his name either, but that's okay. Let's see, KJ5FLL, thank you for your in and out, appreciate you, and let's head to Bill, N5GLO. Good evening, how are things down in Texas? Are you defrosted yet, and are you hanging out for the big show? Well, Bill was in and out, too. I totally forgot about that. Thank you for the note there, Dustin. KC3QND. Jeannie, I haven't talked to you in a minute. How in the world are you, and are you hanging out for the big show tonight?
Hello, Miss Nancy. This is KC3QND. It's so good to hear you, too. I texted you a week or so ago, but maybe you got your number changed. I don't know. But anyway, we'll have to get together and call you and take a long chat when we can. Well, it's really, really cold up here in Pennsylvania and Ohio, and geez, we're just freezing our toes off. And anything else that wants to make an appearance. Got to keep everything well hidden. Outside of that, I'm so glad to hear you on here tonight. KC3QND, and yeah, I'll stick around.
Fine business, Jeannie, and yeah, you might have got me on one of those days where I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off and couldn't get back to everyone, so my apologies for that. Glad to hear you're sticking around for the big show, and yes, do keep up with the layers. They are your best friend this time of year for sure. B8MO, Andy is with us from the blue screen. You going to hang out for the big show? Good evening.
KI5ODZ from AD8MO. Yes, Josh, long time no talk. Yeah, I'll stick around. Sorry, I somehow missed checking in with you on your hour of the Boredom Breaker net. I got busy at work, and at quarter to the hour, I got to the car, and you and Anders, I think it was Anders, were having a chat about animals, and it just sounded like a regular rag chew, so disconnected. So I'm sorry if you closed the net early due to lack of check-ins, so I apologize for not apologize for contributing to your demise. There, I said it. Back to you there, Nancy. This is AD8MO.
Well, you know what, Andy, I apologize, but not really. It did sound like a rag chew. You're absolutely correct. And no, I didn't shut the net down early. But it is so few and far between that I get to hear from Anders that I kind of let it go for a little bit. I pulled a Ron. Oops, sorry, I said that out loud. Good to hear from you, Andy. I got a few more minutes before the top of the hour, and I have to relinquish control. So any other check-ins for the pre-net, for the Beacon-net? Good evening. This is KI5OZZ. I'm listening. Come on in.
Kilo Juliet 5, India, Tango Kilo.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee Ma Yankee. Henry in Brimfield. I'll be in and out.
All right, well, I got KJ5 ITK in there, Scott. Was there another Texas station that doubled in there? I didn't quite get your call. It was kind of a mess right there at the beginning.
J5 EGC, Davila, Texas. Will be in and out.
Was that KJ5 ITC?
There was Kilo Juliet 5, Echo Golf Charlie. KJ5 EGC, Corey in Davila, Texas.
KJ5 EGC. Gotcha, Corey. Thank you for your in and out. Much appreciate that. Scott, down in Waco. KJ5 TK. Good evening. How's it going? And are you sticking around for the big show?
KJ5 ITK. No, I'll be in and out. But appreciate you doing the net, and catch up with y'all later down the road. KJ5 ITK.
Gotcha, Scott. Thank you for piping in there and padding the numbers for us. And we got Henry as an in and out also, KE8YPY. Thank you for that. And there was a KJ60 that I heard. That call does not make any sense to me. Is that, can I get a name with that? kind of sounds like a computer. I am ready to turn the con over to Dustin, KD8 EPC. Are you ready?
I'm ready to take the helm there. Thanks so much, Miss Nancy. Thanks for doing the pre-show. Really appreciate it. Good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8 EPC, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. We'll take multiple rounds of check-in, so if you don't get in the first time, just stand by and we'll get to you as soon as we can. We're going to be with our friends in Oklahoma, Fireside, and various other networks. We asked you to key for a couple seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you have to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now.
W8WKY.
All right, not hearing any emergency or priority traffic. Stations that haven't already checked into the pre-show that'd like to check into the Beacon Net, please say or call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard. Miss Nancy must have did a good job there rounding them up. So we're going to go right up here to the top and get our trivia for the evening. We're going to start with Mr. Lucy, W8HRF. What do you have for us?
KD8EPC, W8HRF. All right, I have a pretty simple main trivia question for tonight. Your main trivia is, what is the official state beverage of the great state of Ohio? Your options are Alpha, tomato juice, Bravo, beer, Charlie, milk, or Delta, water. Again, your main trivia, what is the official state beverage of Ohio? Your options are Alpha, tomato juice, Bravo, beer, Charlie, milk, or Delta, water. I'll post this in the blue screen, KD8EPC, W8HRF.
All right there, Josh. Thanks for another good trivia. We really appreciate it. We're going to think about it. And in the meantime, we're going to go down here to K8YUK, Miss Lucy, for our alternate trivia. What do you have for us, Miss Lucy?
KD8EPC, KD8YUK. Here's your alt trivia. Now that Trump is the second U.S. president to hold 2 non-consecutive terms, let's talk about the first one. Which of these facts about Grover Cleveland is false? A. He was the first Republican U.S. president since the Civil War. B. He avoided the Civil War draft by hiring someone to take his place. C. He was the first and only U.S. president to be married in the White House. Or D. He had a tumor in his mouth secretly removed while aboard a friend's yacht. Again, alt trivia, it's a little complicated, so make sure you're listening. Now that Trump is the second U.S. president to hold 2 non-consecutive terms, let's talk about the first one. Which of these facts about Grover Cleveland is false? A. He was the first Republican U.S. president since the Civil War. B. He avoided the Civil War draft by hiring someone to take his place. C. He was the first and only U.S. president to be married in the White House. And D. He had a tumor in his mouth secretly removed while aboard a friend's yacht. An obligatory reminder that trivia is meant to be fun and light. If you know the answer, don't say that you know it for sure so that other people can have their guesses. Otherwise, have a good time. I'll post it in the blue screen. Back to you, Dustin.
All right, thanks so much there, Lucy. I really do appreciate it there. Let's see. Let's start right here at the top. W3ETV. Eddie, good evening. How are you?
Hi, Dustin. Times in one day. How about that? I didn't get a chance to check in on Miss Nancy's hour because I was still stuck in the parking garage. Actually, I really wasn't, but I had a couple of stops I had to make, and I'm going to get them all, made them all today, so I don't have to go out anymore for the next couple of days until it starts to get warm. And and they said later on this week it's supposed to get up into the 40s, so that might be a good opportunity to go back outside. Anyway, trivia questions. Let's see, let's see, I think the main trivia was Josh, right? You know, so that was, my answer to that one is going to be B. I can't remember exactly what the answer was, but anyway, I'm going to pick B anyhow. And the answer to Lucy's trivia question, I'm going to pick B as well, because the other ones, I don't know. They may. Lucy, you threw a bad thing in here. You said false. So that makes us have to think about what might be false. Those are the type of questions actually that people wind up getting wrong because they, you know, if it's a question that says like not, all of these but not this or something false winds up making somebody pick the wrong answer. So you got to really pay attention to those. Anyway, stop my babbling and move on. Back to net, W3ETD. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right there, Eddie. Well, great to hear you twice in one day. We get you down for B and B, and you try to stay warm there, my friend. We'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you on down the log. And now we're going to talk to Mr. Ray, K5CFY. Good evening. Uh-oh, let's try that again. K5CFY, Mr. Ray, are you out there? All right, nothing heard. We'll try back to him in a minute. Let's go over to Missouri and talk to Brad, K80 KDW. How you doing?
Good evening, Dustin, everyone else on the net. I'm going to pass on the trivia this evening. I have absolutely no idea on either, not even for a guess, so we'll pass on that. Otherwise, warming up here, and maybe have another shot at somewhat cold weather within the next week, but otherwise we're talking about maybe by the end of the month and towards Groundhog Day, potentially having some highs in the low 60s, which unfortunately here in southwest Missouri, this time of year, there's no such thing as a warm day unless we have gusty winds, so we'll probably be looking forward to that. For now, I'm still connected via the repeater. We have tightened the squelch a little bit. A little static burst, I know for a fact is a weak signal, so maybe we can cut off that weak signal. But I do have my Supermon up, so if it presents itself again, I'll go ahead and drop her. K0 KDW, back to the net.
All right there, Brad. Well, great to hear you, and we'll let you pass for tonight, and hopefully you don't get too much of bad weather there. So we'll say 73 for now, and listen in as long as you can. And that is going to bring me down to Donald now, N5SGJ. How are you?
Oh, doing pretty well tonight. Hello to the Beacon Net. So I'm still trying to figure out my trivia answers, but I'm pretty sure that the official state drink of Ohio is A, Cornwaldo juice. And Grover Cleveland, he had his teeth pulled out on the yacht by his friend, and it was the Cornyayon. It was the Spanish shit. So I'm going to pass it back to Nick. 5SGJ.
All right, well, good answers and explanations. We got you down for Alpha and Charlie there. Great to hear you out there. We're going to stay 73, stay warm, and have a great evening. I think he may have been in and out, but I'm going to try him anyway. KZRY, Jeremy, how you doing? All right, I thought he was in and out, and that's going to bring us to Uncle Fred, KEQFT. Good evening, Uncle Fred. Take it away.
lucky guess. Oh, what else? Oh, yeah. C.C. Sabathia made it to the Hall of Fame, and I've got a ticket stub, because we went and saw his first game. His first game ever in the big leagues, and he's going to the Hall of Fame, and you should have kept the ticket stub. KE8QFT, back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right there, Uncle Fred. We got you on for Alpha and Alpha. I'm going to go back up here real quick and see if I can catch him, though. K5CFY, Mr. Ray, are you there?
KD8 EPC in the net, K5CFY. Sorry about that. I had a phone call, had to grab. But anyway, thanks for running the net there, and thanks for the surprise pre-net NCL there. Miss Nancy, she did a great job. That's about all I got for tonight, but thanks for coming back to me. Not a big deal, but we'll say 73 to everybody. Stay warm. K5CFY, back to net control.
All right there, Mr. Ray. Well, glad we could make it back up to you. We got you on for Alpha and Charlie, and we're up to a balmy 12 degrees here, so temperature is steadily climbing. We'll say 73. Have a great night. Stay warm, and give a little Fred a scratch on the ears for us. Let's go over to Craig now. KF8CHB. Good evening.
Good evening, Dustin. Appreciate you doing what you do. I'm going to pick two letters, and they're both absolutely just guesses. And as you just said, the temperature is going up, so that's a really good thing. So to keep things moving, I'm going to go with B and C, which I know, well, I'll put it this way. Of all the nets that or all the trivias, I don't think I've ever got two right. I've got one right a couple times. So with that, I'm going to turn it back to you, KD8, EPC, KF8, CHB. Thank you for all you do, and I'm going to keep on listening unless my eyeballs tell me different. Take care. Thank you.
All right there, Craig. We got your answers down, and we really appreciate you joining us. So we're going to say 73 for now. Have a great evening, and we're going to jump back on over to Oklahoma and talk to Greg, AI5HV. Good evening, Greg. How are you? All right, let's try that one more time. AI5HV. Greg, are you out there? All right, next on my list there is Delta Uniform 7, Echo Foxtrot X-Ray. Good evening. Boy, that's two strikes. How about Ernesto, KJ5HYS? He out there?
Roger, good afternoon to everybody out there. Dustin, thanks for running the net. Miss Nancy for the pre-show. On the trivia, I'm going to just take a stab at it and go with Bravo and Bravo. Over here, it's getting warm, like everybody said. It's 41 degrees here in Killeen. Other than that, just going to sit here and monitor the radio and listen to the chat. 7-3 to everybody. Stay warm.
All right there, and I hear you out there this evening. And you know what? I'm embarrassed to say it, but I couldn't type your question and answers as quick as you may have said them there. I totally missed them. Would you give them to me one more time?
You said the questions on the trivia. Is that what you're asking, Dustin?
Affirmative. It went in one ear and right out the other.
Roger. I just said I was going to just go ahead and take a stab at it and go ahead and pick Bravo for both the trivia questions. Back to you.
All right, very good there. I got you down for a Bravo and Bravo. Thanks again for joining us, Ernesto. We'll say 73 and have a great evening. And now we're going to go to Northern Mark, KC8FQV. Take it away.
All right, KCFQB. Well, on the one, I'm going to say tomatoes. The Ohio one. It's going to be tomato juice. And on the other one, well, I'm going to just say Charlie. Let's see that. I didn't catch it. But we'll look at the blue screen and double check it. But I'll say Charlie. Yeah, I got the Seattle preparedness net up. I did a Zoom session. Doctor's appointment today went good. Stopped at a couple of stores and did some shopping. Never got the one store I was getting low, so I had to grab a pop. So I grabbed 2 6-packs, a diet one and regular one, and drank a bottle of that while I was there. And stopped at another store, got some things, and tags. Went in, got some tags at the one store, and made my way home. I was gone all day long, just shopping. So, but good exercise to be walking. So, well, we'll send it back to net. Dustin and KCFQV. Yeah, I started out minus 13 this morning when I went out to take the garbage out and got the mail. Tonight when I got home it was 10 degrees above. So back it comes now, Dustin, KCFQV.
All right there, Mark. We'll say 73 and have a great evening. And that's going to bring me down to Fred. I think he may have been in and out, but we're going to try him anyway. WA8KOC, good evening. All right, I figured he may have been in and out. And that's going to bring me down through a bunch of in and outs to Miss Jeannie, KC3QND, good evening.
KC3QND. Well, hello there, Dustin. Long time no talk to you. I hope you've been keeping warm, and I hope your water pipes aren't froze, which just kind of whether your pipes are usually froze. The trivia tonight, I have no idea. I'm going to go with C and B, I guess. Sounds good to me. And Mr. Wilson told me to tell you hi, and Pete and I are just staying in the house, keeping warm, and that's about all I have for today. So this is KC3QND. Back to you, Dustin.
All right there, Miss Jeannie. Well, it's so great to hear you out there tonight, as always. And you make sure you tell Pete we said hello there. And Miss Jeannie, I have to come back to you one more time because I don't know how, but I somehow missed your trivia question answers too.
They're just guesses. C and B. That's about what I got. I don't have any idea what the answers are. So back to you, Dustin.
All right, we got you down for C and B, and as of the last check an hour or two ago, I still had running water and my pipes weren't frozen, so thank goodness for that. Miss Jeannie, 73, tell Pete we said hello, and give Mr. Wilson a scratch on the ears, and we'll catch you all there down the log. Now we're going over to the land of snow and maple syrup. AB8MO, Andy, how are you?
Katie at EPC, this is AB8MO. All right, doing a little FT8, which some would consider extremely boring. I know we got the detractors on this net. So, doing good. I heard the dog in the background. I think that was the dog in the background. So, anyway, got kind of a busy day tomorrow. Got a chiropractor in the morning in Twinsburg. And I'll be meeting with a friend in Wadsworth in the early afternoon for lunch. So, a little bit of extra driving, but that's just kind of the way it worked out. So, hey, at least it's not snowing. Last week it was snowing, and this week it's just cold. So, let's see here for my answers. Oh, it has to be corn waldo juice for Ohio. That's probably tomato juice, but I like corn waldo juice better. And for Lucy's, whatever the one was, got married in the White House. I think that might have been C. So we'll go along with that. Saw a couple other clubs popped up on winterfieldday.org that were local. The Canton Club. Actually talked with one guy on the air this afternoon who's going to be there. I think the call is W8AL, and they'll be just at a site right near the Akron-Canton Regional Airport. So, and then I found out the Cuyahoga Falls Club is also doing Winter Field Day. So got a couple locations now within the Akron-Canton area. A couple other ones. So I'm glad to see participation for Winter Field Day. Of course, you got the Warren Amateur Radio Association doing it there in Niles, and actually found out the Mahoning Valley Club is activating a site in Youngstown. So we got a couple that are east. Geauga Amateur Radio Association's doing one, and so if you want listing of all the latest sites all across the country and the world, just go to winterfieldday.org, and there's a map on the bottom. That's all I got from here. I'll throw it back to you there, Sir Squatch, and I will see you soon. KDPC, this is ABNMO.
All right there, Andy. Well, great to hear you out there. And, yeah, boy, I had another thought for you, but it totally went in one ear right out the other. So, such is life. But we'll say 73 for now. Stay warm tonight. Now, hopefully we don't get any more snow between now and then. And Winter Field Day. Enjoy Winter Field Day. A little too cold for me, and I'll be working, so there you go. Let's see. Next on the list is KJ5ITK. Scott, how you doing?
KJ5 ITK. Come back.
Go ahead there, Scott. It's your turn.
Well, sorry, I kind of dozed off there, and my wife keyed me up and told me y'all called me. I don't have anything to report here. I mentioned earlier I was in and out, but all is well here, and happy to join the net tonight. KJ5 ITK clear.
All right there, Scott. Well, I'm sorry. I forgot to clock you in and out there, but great to have you with us, and thanks for stopping by and saying a couple words anyhow. We certainly appreciate it. We'll let you go back to dozing off there. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll catch you down the log. And that's going to bring me down to KJ5EGC. Corey, how you doing? All right, nothing heard there. I'm going to go try Steve. I see him in a blue screen. NU5D. Steve, are you there?
Good evening. Yeah, here. It's starting to warm up nicely in the middle of Texas. Sorry about the interference in the net. I guess folks don't realize there are 30 or 40 repeaters, nodes, and all scattered everywhere. And, yeah, it's legal, but not pretty cool. Anyhow, great net. Good to hear everybody. And we're doing well in Texas, staying busy. Back to net. NU5D, like a nickel under $5.
All right there, Steve. We're glad to hear you tonight, and thanks for being with us. And we appreciate you keeping an eye on the network and keeping things safe and sound for us. So we'll say 73, and thanks again for linking up. We certainly do appreciate it. This is KDEDPC with the Beacon Net. I'm at the bottom of the list as it stands, and I'm looking for some more check-ins. Please call now.
Kilo Juliet 5, Bravo. Kilo Juliet 5, Bravo Whiskey Bravo, Willie and Belton. Good evening.
For Golf 1 Hotel Oscar Delta. For Golf 1 Hotel Oscar Delta. Good evening.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California, with an in and out, but double D's, Delta and Delta. Go Cornwaldo beans. God bless and 73, everyone.
Whiskey 8 Tango Delta.
November 8, Juliet Echo Whiskey, and 8 JEW Joe, Alliance, in and out.
Well, what a nice orderly list of check-ins. Let me make sure I've got it here. I have KJ5BWB, Willie. I have 4 Golf 1 Hotel Oscar Delta. I have K6KJV Rev Kev in and out with double D's. Good to hear you, Kevin. I have W8TG John. Good evening. And I have N8JEW Joe in and out. Good to hear you, Joe. It's been a while. All right, let's go up here to the top to KJ5BWB. How you doing?
Well, good evening to you and everyone on the Beacon Net from KJ5BWB. Like Steve said, it's been a little more mild here in Central Texas, so kind of chilly at the moment, but not too bad. It's still it's been a good day, and just playing with technology. And yeah, big shout out to Steve, man. He works his tail off, keeping all these repeaters going and stuff, and very intelligent man. So we're lucky to have him in the area for sure. But other than that, just Rev Kev, keep up the good work, and 7-3s, y'all. KJ5BWB back to net control.
Before you go, would you like to take a shot at our trivia questions, or did you even hear our trivia questions? And if not, would you like a reread?
I did miss the trivia questions. I just came and cut my radio on here a little bit ago. No worries. I'm just happy to check in, make it on the list. I'll let y'all move on. Back to net control. Thank you.
All right, well, great to hear you out there. Thanks again for stopping by, my friend, and we'll look forward to catching you on down the log real soon. All right, we're going to go to the next one here, and I think I got it right. 4 Golf 1 Hotel Oscar Delta. Good evening. How you doing?
Thank you so much, NCS, for pulling out my station. This is Erman, Echo Radio Mike Alpha November, for Golf 1 Hotel Oscar Delta. Transmitting down from Jakarta, Indonesia. I copy you loud and so clear. It's a 10:31 Alpha Mike at the QTR here, and the temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. I'm so thankful. This is my first time to join International Radio Network through Mike Oscar X-Ray Florida November net call, and you acknowledge me. Anyway, I would like to say thank you and regards to all monitoring stations for Golf 1 HOD. Thank you so much. Back to you, Control 73.
All right there, Ermin. Well, thanks so much for joining us, and we really appreciate you stopping by here. This is the Beacon Net. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's 0300 UTC. And we always have a couple of trivia questions and a good time. And that network you're on is linked with us every Wednesday. So we appreciate you joining us. We'll say 73 to you, and thanks again for stopping by. This is Kilo Delta 8 Echo Papa Charlie, and we're going to say 73 from Northeast Ohio, where it's 13 degrees Foxtrot, and currently 10:32 p.m. Wednesday. So we'll say 73 to you. Thanks again for stopping by, and we'll catch you down the log. That's going to bring me over to John now. W8TD. Good evening, John. Did I hear you right saying you're somewhere out in the ocean again?
KDUDCP and the net. W8TD. John. Yeah, we're currently passing between Cuba and Dominican Republic, headed for Panama. So it's nice and warm here. It was -1 when I got on the plane yesterday, but that problem has been solved, except for the freezing pipes that people mentioned already. Don't know what I'll come home to. Anyway, good to hear the net. Glad that Allstar is getting me in from here. Be talking to the gang more. Whiskey Tango Delta.
All right there, John. Well, safe travels to you, and boy, soak up some of that sun for us in warm weather, and ship it in a box and send it back to Ohio. But thanks for joining us. Enjoy your trip, and we'll say 73 to you for now. With that, this is KDEDPC with the Beacon Net. I'm at the bottom of the list, and I'm looking for some more check-ins. Please call now.
Whiskey Victor, 3 Kilo.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu India November, Joe in Willowlake.
Kilo Lima 5 Victoria, Soldotna, Alaska. David?
KI5 TAQ.
What a nice orderly list of check-ins. We picked up WV3K, Phil, my favorite 3 call, KZIN Joe. We have KL5VI, David in Alaska, and we have KI5TAQ, Taco Tim. Let's start right up here at the top, WV3K. Good evening, Phil. How are you?
KDA UPC, net control. Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hello, Dustin. I'm just turned on the radio and got myself ready for bed. And it's been a full day. Robin and I out together getting phones turned over. And we're now in the process of going through the laborious task of setting up all the chipsets and redoing passwords and all this stuff. So that's a little arduous process, and I don't know if it's little or not. For me, it's a major task, but I got to get more organized in keeping my passwords. With that said, I just want to let you know that we're doing okay here, weathering out the cold, and it has seemed to calm down just a wee bit. Still got a few days to weather this out until it starts showing some signs of wanting to improve. But just wanted to stop by and say hi, Dustin. Again, I haven't been listening, nor have I had the radio on, so send it back over to you, and I hope that you have a rest of a wonderful evening. And as always, you do very well on the net, and I enjoy listening to you and your support and coordinating the net. God bless and much love to you and all on the net, and have a wonderful evening. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, and back to net control, KDDBC, WB3K, and I'll be clear. God bless.
Great to hear you out there, Phil, and great to hear that good things are happening for you. But before you go, did you happen to hear our trivia, or would you like us to reread it for you?
Actually, no, that's okay. I'm gonna really go to bed. I enjoy the things you do on the net, Dustin, but I'm really gonna shut down and get myself to bed. I'm really tired. So if you'll allow me to pass on that, please. I just want to get some rest, much needed right now. So go on with the net, Dustin, and thank you again. KDDPC, Whiskey Vic, turn in, Dustin. Thank you. WB3K, clear.
All right there, Phil, 73D, my friend, and have yourself a great evening. We'll catch you down the log real soon. Get some good rest. All right, let's go over and talk to Joe now, K8ZIN. Good evening.
Good evening, Dustin, and everybody else on the net. Slow day today. I didn't go to work. I wasn't feeling all that great earlier, so I stayed home and decided, hey, you know what? If I'm not feeling good, today would be a great day to pull my hair out trying to set my Zygu G90 up with the DigiRig to do FT8. So I'm still trying to work on configuring that. I got to be missing something, but I'll figure it out eventually. So other than that, I really don't have much. I did not question. You don't have to repeat them, though. I'm going to get back to work on trying to get this thing working. So I always go with whatever the Cornwaldo Bean answer was. K8ZIN. Back to you.
All right there, Joe. We'll put you down for the Cornwaldo Bean answers, and I hope you get your problem figured out there. I don't know anything about the G90, so I'd be of no help at all there. But good luck. Hope you get it together, and I hope you're feeling better soon. All right, we're going to clear with Joe there, say 73, and that's going to bring me over to Alaska. KL5VI. David, how are you?
KL5VI. Yeah, everything's going good here. It's about 38 degrees and really been warm the last few days. It's been raining today, raining yesterday, and everything's slick and miserable, but that's Alaska. I just heard you on I had my DMR on, and I don't know what talk group, but I heard this net, so I looked it up and come into Echolink, so I don't talk on DMR, I just like to monitor, so I don't really like that noise, you know, so anyway, I hope everybody's doing good out there, and yeah, I guess I really have nothing, just checking in. Back to you, KL5VI.
David, we're glad to hear you and glad to have you with us, and I agree with you on DMR. I'm not crazy about it myself, but what can you do? It's a fact of life, and it's another mode for us to play with. So glad to hear you. You're sounding good on Echolink, and you can find us all kinds of ways. Like I said, the Beacon Net's every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and That's Allstar Node 48496, Echolink W8WKY-R, and there's all kinds of other places you can find us too. We're on the Fireside Network. We're on the Oklahoma Boredom Breaker Hub. We're on the Vulture Hub in Texas. We're all over the place, all over the world. As a matter of fact, we even had 3 Philippine stations check in tonight. So thanks for checking in, David73, and we'll catch you there on down the log. That's going to bring me over to Taco Tim, KI5TAQ. Take it away.
Well, I'd be thinking good afternoon, but no, it's evening now. So I'm saying good evening, Dustin. As you can tell, I'm sitting here at the salt mine, and Alan's in the belly of an airplane. He'd be in forward belly or the aft belly, but he was in the belly, and I think they're going to be bringing in yet another plane. So he's going to be flying from plane to plane. But I think if you haven't read my answers for trivia question, I'll tell it to you anyways. It's B&B, or beer in bed. And I'll just say 7-3s for now and let you get on down the list. This is KI5TAQ.
All right there, Tim. We got you down for a Bravo and a Bravo there, and thanks for joining us. And we'll catch you there on down the log. All right, we're at the bottom of the list. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net, and I'm looking for some more check-ins. Please call now.
This is Kilo Golf 5, Papa Tango Echo, KG5 PTE, here in Belton, Texas, on the N5 JLP repeater.
All right, we picked up one there. We have KG5 PTE. James, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Thanks for running the Beacon Net tonight. I was just been listening for a while, waiting my turn to check in toward the tail end of the net. I like being a tail gunner. I don't like being first. I always believe firmly that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. That's my motto. Anyway, I guess you can put me down for Double D for the answer for the question tonight. I'll just shoot at that, and we do trivia nets on our 20-meter net in the mornings too, so it's usually aviation-related, something with aviation-related, since we're all retired aviators and mechanics in the military, so that's what we do. So thanks for running it, and appreciate it. KG5PT, back to net.
All right, we got you down for Double D's there, and that's pretty cool. We always like aviators, and actually the last guy that talked to you, he's working currently at American Airlines right now, so there you go. We'll see 73. James, thanks for joining us, and we'll look forward to catching you on the next Beacon Net there. With that, this is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net. I'm going to make one more call for check-ins before we go talk to the net control team, so stations waiting to check in. Please call now. Nothing heard. Just Nick. KD8SLG, not behind the curtain. How you doing there, Nick?
KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Dustin, and all the Beacon netizens. I'm behind the curtain, just not the regular curtain. Fine business tonight, man. Lots of connections. I just put the bubble chart up on the blue screen. Looks pretty cool out there. Trivia, I'm going to go with Alpha and Charlie. I believe that would be a tomato juice in the Capital Nuptials. Yeah, winter field day this weekend. Won't be there. And thanks, Nancy, for picking up tonight, and thanks everybody who's been picking up the slack for me. Thank you, Dustin. It's KD8SLG. Back to net control.
All right there, Nick. Well, great to hear you out there tonight, my friend. And boy, I can't wait for you to be healthy enough to come back and get behind the curtain there, because I certainly do miss having you on the other end of the screen there. So we're going to say 73 to you, and that's going to bring me down to Nick at Night. QKO, take it away.
Good evening, Dustin. Good evening, everybody on the net. Let's start with trivia. My answer is going to be Alpha and Delta. See how those will work out for me. Aside from that, just kind of warming up here and thawing out. Enjoying some of the wonderfully warm 12-degree weather we had today compared to last night. My son went skiing, and I sat in my truck the whole time again tonight and sat on my laptop. So, that's always fun. See what else do I have? I feel like there should be something else. I can't think of it. Anyway, I guess with that, Dustin, I'll pass it back to you. KJQKO.
All right there, Nick. We're glad to have you with us. We got you on for Alpha and Delta, and definitely try to stay warm there to the best of your ability. We're going to say 73 to Nick at Night, and that's going to bring me over to KEVZA. Eric, how you doing?
KE8EPC in the group, KE8VZA here, activating couches on the air tonight. It's always a fun time. Let's see, trivia. I'm going to go with Alpha and Charlie, and hit the rec center tonight after the big W. The big W was crazy today, but no swimming tonight. I really wanted to swim, so I did weight machines. They had a swim meet, and it's interesting, whenever they have a swim meet, I can look down from the third floor where the weight machines and all the other fancy machines are. And whenever I peek down at the swim meet, they're all just standing around. Well, actually, I got to see them swim tonight, so it was a first. But see what else. It just checked the temperature a little while ago. It hit 14 degrees here in Strongsville, which is actually 3 times warmer than it was this morning at -7. So if I did the math right, it's awful late, so math is shaky this time of night. Anyway, that's all I have. Good to hear everybody tonight. Thanks again to Nancy for picking up the pre-show there. And everybody stay warm. And 73. KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right there, Eric. Well, great to hear you with us tonight, as always, my friend. And, boy, I'll tell you what, we're going to have to do some simplex, because I just put you on reverse, and I had a full-scale signal on you, so sounded really good there. We're going to say 73 to you. Sorry you didn't get to swim tonight, but maybe next time. Well, let's go down to Miss Nancy, KI5OZZ. Great job on the pre-show. Thanks again for taking it tonight. Take it away.
EPC and the rest of the Beacon netizens, good evening from KI5OZZ once again. And thank you for having me, and I appreciate everyone's kind words. It was an absolute delight to do it. Never thought in a million years I would be doing that. But I guess thanks, Nick, for being Senior Cold Foot. Although I hate that you're going through that. Anywho, I'm going to say my answers are A and D for the trivia, and can't wait to hear if I'm right, wrong, or upside down, or backwards. So much like the pre-nut this evening. So again, thanks for having me. Good to hear you in there, and good to hear everyone else. KI5OZZ 73.
All right there, Miss Nancy. Well, I was excited when you volunteered to do it today, and hint, February 19th has an open guest appearance spot if you enjoyed what you did tonight. So we'll say 73 to you. Thanks again for doing it, and we'll catch you on down the log. And this next one here, because I'm contractually obligated, I don't know if he's there or not, but we're going to try him. KI5 at DAY all day long. Alan, you there? All right, nothing heard. Let's go back up here to W8, or 8. We're going to go to K8YUK. Miss Lucy, would you give me your main trivia answer real quick?
W8WKY.
You know, after that, it sure would be fitting if I knew how to do A in Morse code, but I don't. But that's going to be my answer is alpha. Back to you, Dustin.
All right, thanks, Miss Lucy. And in solidarity with RevKev, my answers are double D's. But let's go back up here to W8HRF. Josh, give us your comments, let it drop, and give us the trivia answer.
KD8EPC, W8HRF. Good evening, Dustin. Good evening to everybody again. Let's see. My alternate trivia answer, man, I can't decide between Bravo and Delta. Let's just go with Bravo. He avoided the Civil War draft by hiring someone to take his place. Maybe that's false. I don't know. Let's see. Comments don't have too much. Didn't make it into the Boredom Breaker net today. We gave a presentation. Well, we were given a presentation at work at that time, so couldn't step out. But the presentation went well. I'm pleased. Yeah, I don't have too much else. I'm looking forward to field day this weekend. Like Nick said, that's coming up. A lot of local clubs. If you're interested, Warren, Geauga, Massillon, Alliance, Parma, Wayne, Canton, all different clubs that are participating. Find a club at winterfieldday.org. That should be a lot of fun. And the other thing is we have a license exam session coming up on February 1st at 10 a.m. at Smithville Brethren Church, headed up by Stephen, NAWB. So, over there in Wayne County. So, I'm going to let it drop, and then I'm going to read trivia. Okay. Tonight's main trivia question was, what is the official state beverage of Ohio? Your options were Alpha, tomato juice, Bravo, beer, Charlie, milk, or Delta, water. The answer was Alpha, tomato juice. In 1965, lawmakers chose voluntarily, yes, to select tomato juice as the state's official beverage. At the time, Ohio was second only to California in the production of tomatoes. Their declaration coincided with the Tomato Festival in Reynoldsburg, Ohio, I believe, near Columbus. That is actually still held today. I think it's over 60 years old. Yeah, it lines up. I think 1965 was the first time they had that festival, too. So Ohio natives and settlers, they didn't initially grow tomatoes, and because many feared tomatoes were poisonous. But by the late 1800s, farmers began to grow tomatoes commercially. According to the city of Reynoldsburg website, that city is known as the birthplace of the tomato. The tomato was, quote-unquote, born in Reynoldsburg in the 19th century with the help of local favorite son Alexander W. Livingston. Livingston developed the Paragon tomato, billed as the first ever tomato bred for commercial use. So the more you know. The other options, so milk is the champion of state beverages, claiming 20 out of the 33 states, 32, and then also the District of Columbia. People were not consulted in that decision. Indiana comes in strong with bold, revolutionary, completely uncontroversial water as their state beverage. Apparently they have a really hard time getting their people hyped about their tap water over there. And lastly, the Midwest needs to step up its game. They're known with beer as their state drink. You'd think with all the Bud Light that gets drunk in the Midwest, no states, you'd think at least one state would have beer as their official drink, but I guess not. So, anyways, the answer was Alpha, tomato juice. So, all right, we'll say 7-3, everybody. Catch time, stay warm, and have a good rest of the week. 88 EPC, W8HRF. Thanks, Dustin. Thanks, Nancy.
All right there, Josh. Thanks for doing the trivia again. We really appreciate it, and we'll look forward to the next one. And next week is the Josh and Lucy show, so I've got the whole next Wednesday off. So we'll say 73 to you. That's going to bring me down to KYUK. Miss Lucy, go ahead and give us your comments, and then let it drop and give us the alternate trivia answer.
K88EPC, K8YUK. I have a couple comments. First of all, the reason that people thought tomatoes were poisonous is because the plant itself is actually a member of the nightshade family. So people naturally thought if you eat nightshade, you die, which is true. Don't eat nightshade. But they didn't realize that you can eat the fruit of this particular plant. And, of course, genetics and selective breeding with the plants made them better and different and sweeter and all that kind of stuff. But there was kind of a valid reason to be scared of eating tomatoes. The other thing is, it's slightly TMI, but I've been fighting heartburn this whole time. And I had heartburn with Betty, and she was born with a full head of hair, so I'm really in for it this time. What else have I been doing? I am sick and tired of the music that Betty has been listening to because she's obsessed with one CD. My entire family, and now Josh, can probably sing it word for word. It's a very sweet Ten Commandments children's song CD. It's great. She knows the Ten Commandments pretty much by heart. And if we don't sing the first commandment and be true to your mate, which is their version of don't commit adultery, if we don't sing that with Betty, she gets frustrated. So I'm trying to switch her into any other music. And I refound some CDs from my childhood that I burned with my dad. And, this is the wrong trivia. Hold on. I'm pulling up the wrong trivia to read you. Yeah, so I'm refinding all these old CDs, but the problem is they're so old, they're kind of damaged. So when we were trying to listen to them tonight, they skipped a lot, and she got upset. So I'm doing something about it. It'll drop so that I don't time out. K8YUK returning. So I'm listening to every CD individually, making a list of each song, and trying to find it either on Spotify or YouTube so I can have some cohesive list. Some of them haven't aged very well, like the Animaniac songs now annoy me. They're still funny and clever, but some of them are just grating. So some of them might not make it into the list, but some of them are a lot of fun. And Betty really likes, for example, the Hamster Dance or I'm Blue by Eiffel 65. So we're going to have a great time. All right. This is the last time I will drop it, and I will read off the alternate trivia. K8YUK returning with alt trivia. Now that Trump is the second U.S. president to hold 2 non-consecutive terms, let's talk about the first one. Side note, there was a graph that I saw recently of searches for Grover Cleveland, I think over the past 2 decades, and it had plateaued pretty solidly until about 2024, I'd guess, and then it spiked pretty seriously. So I'm not the only person who did this. Anyway, which of these facts about Grover Cleveland is false? A, he was the first Republican U.S. president since the Civil War. B, he avoided the Civil War draft by hiring someone to take his place. C, he was the first and only U.S. president to be married in the White House. Or D, he had a tumor in his mouth secretly removed while aboard a friend's yacht. The answer is A, he was the first Democratic U.S. president since the Civil War. Otherwise, all the other facts are true. Also, the tumor story is crazy. Somebody mentioned that early on in the net. Under the guise of going on a fishing trip, he had doctors remove the tumor while aboard a friend's yacht. They removed the tumor along with, plug your ears if you're squeamish, about 5 teeth and a large part of his upper left jaw. How he covered it, I don't know. When a reporter uncovered the story, Cleveland denied it and launched a campaign to discredit the reporter. I have nothing to say except politicians have always been the same people. So there you have it. He did, in fact, hire someone else to take his place in the Civil War. He got married in the White House, so far the first and only, and he did secretly have a tumor removed, I guess, so that he didn't show weakness. Who knows? But that's how that went. Have a good night, everybody. God bless. Stay warm. Back to you, Dustin.
W8WKY.
All right there, Miss Lucy. Thanks so much for another wonderful alternate trivia question. We really do appreciate it. This is KD80PC with the Beacon Net. I'm at the bottom of the list, and I'm going to make another call for check-ins here. So stations waiting to check in, please call now. Nothing heard. Final call for check-ins. Last call for the Beacon Net. Please call now.
Here's Victor Yankee 1, Mike Golf Sierra, VY1MGS, Michael in Yukon. Greetings all.
All right, we'll take this one. It's a good one here. VY1MGS, Yukon. Mike, how you doing?
Greetings, Dustin and Nick and everyone on net. Here's Victor Yankee 1, Mike Golf Sierra, Sierra returning. Michael in Whitehorse, Yukon. Yukon, Mike, it is a balmy -4. That's we're probably around 16 degrees Foxtrot. Not a bad day. Not a bad day here at all. I'm pellet grill smoker side. I'm about to put on how many wings here? I don't know. Wow, a lot more than I thought here. Wow. Probably about 120 wings here. Prepping for a hot wing party with my teammates on Friday. But we're going to pre-make the wings, so we'll warm them up, and we'll give them the smoker treatment here. Little smoke and grill. Great questions tonight, and good to hear everyone. Thanks again for taking my check-in, and how's Dustin doing today? Big radio wave from Yukon. Back to you from Victor Yankee 1, Mike Golf Sierra.
All right there, Mike. Well, boy, sounds like I'm in the wrong area. I need to go to the Yukon and have a hot wing party. That sounds pretty darn good. And all is well here. We're trying to stay warm. It got down to about -14 Foxtrot here last night. It's currently 13 degrees Foxtrot, so nice and cold and balmy, beautiful northeast Ohio. Not much else to report here. What kind of team are you making this for, Mike?
People I work with for the company I own. There'll probably be about 8 of us all together. I think we had invitation for 12, so teammates plus 1 essentially. So it'll be fun. One of our teammates, we had another little function a while ago, and he had ordered like a 1 to 10 hot sauce kind of challenge thing, and people got talking. So I guess that's what we're doing. I'm not too sure how far I'm going to make it, but we'll facilitate. Should be good entertainment. Thanks for asking. Back to you, Dustin from Victor Yankee 1, Mike Golf Sierra.
Pretty good there, Michael. It sounds like it should be a good time for the team there, and should be fun and good food all around. So there you go. We'll say 73 to you, Mike. Thanks again for joining us. Always a pleasure, my friend, and we'll look forward to catching you on down the log. All right, Yukon Mike, there was the bottom of the list. This is the final call for check-ins for the Beacon Net. This is KD80PC. Please call now. All right, nothing else heard on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, and the Beacon Net crew. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the Beacon Net, Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, here on the W8WKY repeater 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and Echolink W8WKY-R. Also, don't forget to check out the Barometer Net every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sunday here on the W8WKY repeater. And don't forget to visit our friends over on the N5XQK Memorial Board and Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. They run a couple hours switchnet controls at the top of the hour and welcome rechecks. With that, this is KDEPC returning the repeaters for normal amateur use at this time, and I will be clear. 73, y'all.
Missed it again. This is KJ5ATA. Missed the beacon net again. Too late. Anyways, yeah, Dustin. Yeah, just seeing where everybody was at. You know, all I do, just perusing around the Echolinks and all like that. Cold night, but it's not cold like you. We're about 55 degrees right now in Texas, and to us that is blazing cold. Anyways, yeah, that's saying that. You bet. This is KJ5ATA.
Well, I'll tell you what. Great thing about me having the log is I can add you last second to the list, so you're number 44 and last on the list there. Great to hear you, my friend, and definitely stay warm. It's 13 degrees here in balmy northeast Ohio, but better than the, like I said, negative 14 we were having last night for sure.
Actually, we had a smattering of snow yesterday. It was rather novel. Anyways, I'm not going to bore anybody else out tonight, so it's okay. I'm fixing to go to bed right now. It's, well, actually, it's earlier than you are. It's 10 after 11 your side. Anyways, I'm fixing to go to bed. So anyways, night, Dustin. 73s to the network and all like that. Bye-bye.
73, my friend, you stay warm there, and we'll get you down the log real soon. This is KDEPC. I'm clear.
I do apologize right there. I was trying to get in on the net a little bit. I heard the last little bit of it. This is KQ4 while running it.
W8WKY.
N5SGJ going mobile. Sorry, Dustin, for getting your... Sorry for everybody for messing up the net. November 5, Sierra Golf, Juliet.
NCJ KDDPC, you didn't mess up any net.
Well, I threw out some CW. I did BB for somebody's answer.
Gotcha, I totally missed it there. I didn't really follow the code much, or can't copy the code worth a darn at least, anyhow.
No, because he's playing. I apologize. I'm clear.
All right, no worries there. Well, good to hear you out there tonight. We'll say 73 to you for now. Have a good one, my friend, and mobile safely. KDDPC, I'm going to be clear, and I'm stepping away, folks.
73.
W8HRF. I am testing something. W8HRF test. All right. W8HRF. I'm clear.
W8WKY. W8WKY.
N5SGJ.